Hello, everybody. Welcome to my new series where I read these mysterious Reddit stories. Well, you just enjoy a little bit of Minecraft with me. Yeah, it's just something I'm trying out, see how it goes. So, right now, we got this Reddit story called Stalked in the Woods by this person in Let's Not Meet, Rep143. It is for not safe for work community. So if you are kind of not safe for work, maybe don't listen to this. Let's get started here. I posted this missing 411, and in my planning of my upcoming camping trips, felt the urge to post it here. Mostly a copy and paste with an update on one of the family members. This may be a ramble of thoughts, but after recently stumbling on this subreddit, I finally felt a place I could offer something that my family and I experienced a few years ago. And to this day, it still gives me shivers. I have been camping, solo, backpacking, and hunting my whole life in Oregon and felt comfortable in the woods and have a deep respect for nature. A few years ago, my wife, daughter, and two German shepherds went camping north of Oregon. I have included the coordinates of our campsite, which we found to be the perfect setup for us and our two dogs, who need the privacy since they are, well, intimidating to other dog owners and can be loud when spooked. It was not an established campsite, just a nice horseshoe off the USFS road that had a flat ground full of trees and a fire pit. The first night, my daughter wanted to sleep by herself in a two-man tent right next to ours. It was maybe 2 feet away from me and my wife's tent. We made the male German Shepherd sleep, his name is Guts, with her in the tent. That whole first night, neither my wife and I could sleep. We both heard footsteps, and they were heavy, not like the typical forest critters scampering around the night. I was well armed because I was paranoid from reading recently before departing about a dad in California who was shot and killed in a tent next to his two infant daughters. Needless to say, both my wife and I had two pistols and my rifle with me. The dogs are a great detection, and that is why I felt my daughter could sleep alone because, well, Guts is completely fearless, and nothing would lay a hand on her without a battle to the death. Oh, nothing but bad vibes. Loud footsteps occurred that night, which I ultimately decided was a deer or maybe some elk. Made 2 in the morning. We go for a walk down the road, and maybe 300 feet away, see the circle area in the photo. I see an abandoned road where the rusted gate post, where the gate was missing, covered in vegetation. Something of blue color caught my eyes, and Guts immediately takes off running down this abandoned road. My heart begins to race, and I think it's another family camping like us, and he's going to get himself shot or scare some innocent people to death, so I just chase after him as fast as I can, and the rest follow. He stops after 20 feet into the road and me yelling his name, but I have covered just enough distance to see that there is nobody there, and something is off about the sight. I yell, "Hello? Is anyone there? Sorry about the dog." I got no response. My curiosity gets the best of me, and I have to see what these sight conditions were. As I get closer, I know something is wrong. It had all the necessities for a campsite, including a cooler, propane burner, tent, blankets, a folding table, but every single item had been completely destroyed, smashed, and torn from what appeared to be claw marks. We were all walking around in circles, puzzled. Why? Why would anyone leave all their camping gear behind, including an expensive REI tent? I figured, well, someone left in a hurry and animals got to the rest, as that's the only logical explanation. Still, a propane tank and a cooler were flattened by something, and it certainly wasn't a snowpack with the trees covered in that spot. As the afternoon rolls in, me and my daughter are playing ball at the campsite, and my wife goes walking maybe 70 feet north to do her business. I do not have a direct line of sight on her, but all of a sudden, I see Guts make a mad dash straight towards her. Normally, he would always be with me unless he is called over, and she didn't call for him. His speeds and focus His speed and focus caught my attention. I knew something was weird. Something was happening. So I ran over there, and my wife starts jogging at me, and I immediately draw my pistol. Guts has completely continued running into the forest another 100 feet before I call him and he stopped. My other dog Leah, who never misses the opportunity to be the pack leader, is not taking point. I've had her for 7 years, and this was the first time in her life she refused to leave my daughter's side. She was full hair raised and attached to us at the hip. Again, anytime we hike or play, Leah is up front, bossing everyone in her path, and pauses to see where and continues. I asked my wife, "What happened?" She said. "I was trying to pee, and all of a sudden, I felt all my hairs raise. I know someone was watching me, and I saw Guts running towards me, and I just got up to move towards you. We spent 10 minutes looking for signs of anything and saw no trails, no broken branches, nothing to point to what was and where something went. We decided that we are spending one more night. Since it's too late to pack up and drive, but we will all be in the big tent together. Before we go to bed, I put a rope with a makeshift coin alarm around the perimeter of our campsite. I used a mint can and some coins and a key from our truck and zip tied it so anything hitting the rope gave a little jingle. Very unsophisticated, but it put my wife at ease. As I go to tie the last corner off the tree near our tent, our third mystery item unveils itself. It looked like as if someone had already done the exact same thing I have done with a rope that was so old and brown, I didn't see it at first. It was broken and only had few pieces remain, but sure enough it was tied at roughly the same height, 8 to 10 inches off the ground, and even had a few rusted washers on it. I immediately felt someone had stayed here before and put the same makeshift warning system on the same tree. Maybe 10 to 15 years ago, based on the condition of the rope. Perhaps my paranoia has now reached a new height, but I had to make sure the girls felt that we were safe at the time, and the only thing I could think of when the evening came around, I made them sit in the truck. I fired a clip of my .45 into the dirt as a signal to whatever was out there that we were armed. I reassured the girls that anybody listening to now know that we have 2 wolves and are armed, and we are too risky of a target so we can sleep safely. That night, we heard no footsteps, and the dogs never perked up and never barked. We left early the next morning. Fast forward to today, and I watched the Amazon Missing 411 Hunted documentary, and I noticed a cluster smack dab close to where we camp. That weekend, and a flood of dread rushes me as I think that mysterious abandoned campsite with the ripped tent and smash cooler and cooktop. We have been camping since and have enjoyed the beauty of NW. But there was something there at that place that possibly took or harmed someone else. Less than 300 feet away from where we had camped. We all thank our lucky stars that night.